Welcome, one and all, to another episode of the Cene Effect podcast. I am thrilled to have you all here today. We have some things to dive into, and it's a little bit deeper than the last few episodes. So, if you had not seen the other episodes, I need you to pause this one and go see the others because you can't watch this one and start here without seeing the other videos. So, yeah, it's kind of like the backstory of what I'm doing today. So go ahead and tune in to the other episodes, and then I'll see you back in this one. But guys, if you've been following along through the other episodes, and this is just the next one that you need to watch, welcome. Welcome, one and all. So I'm your host, Fran, and this episode today is called The Beauty Business Blueprint, What No One Tells You. You already know I got some notes, so let's get into it. Because we need to know that what people are telling you is not the perfect Instagram post this, post that, or the perfect highlight videos. No. What no one's telling you is the foundational aspect of your business, what you need to put in early on to have a solid foundation. So, in this episode, I'm going to dive deep into that because behind every lash tray, every booking app, every glossy brand, there's a woman wondering, why didn't anyone tell me this? And if you've been there or you're just starting, this blueprint episode is just for you. So let's go right into it. It's going to take longer than you think. Don't think that this is a 30-day success story, but most real growth happens in the hidden seasons. So don't think that because you're going through the motions and you're doing it without the chairs and without the hooray, yes, you're doing a great job, and your comments are filled with, oh, congratulations, I'm so proud of you. Don't feel like it's failure. This is your grind season. This is the foundation. This is where the magic happens, and this is where God works in process. Galatians 9 Galatians 6 verse 9, says, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." I'm telling you, the Bible has all the things that you need to know for every life event, whether it be business, whether it be regular life, whether it be a mom, a dad, whatever it is. The Bible has everything you need to know. How real and telling is this verse? Let's not grow weary, because in due time we will reap our reward. You know, I planted a garden in the backyard a couple months ago. I planted some kale, not kale. I wish I planted kale. I planted some lettuce. I planted tomatoes. I planted peppers, cucumbers, squash, basil, you name it. And I had to dig that ground up with my bare hands using a shovel that I've never used in a long time. And I did it, y'all. I planted all those fruits. I planted not fruits, but vegetables just to start out with to see what my hands can do. And I planted up the ground. I dug up the ground and I planted all of this stuff. And I had to go out there every day and water it. I had to put the fertilizer down. I had to make sure pests wasn't getting to it. And I had to do this consistently, even before the stuff started popping up out of the ground. Knowing that in due time, I was going to be able to reap from what I planted. And this is what this verse is saying to us. That even though I didn't want to go out there and sweat and, wake up early and water the plants and do all this stuff, but to continue to do it because I was going to reap later on. And trust me, I had some great cucumbers. The tomato was juicy. The lettuce just kept flourishing and I kept reaping and reaping and reaping. And that's because I put the work in the beginning. And that's the same thing you have to do for your business because it is a baby and you have to groom it and grow it until it starts to give you the profit. Secondly, you need more than skill. You need strategy plus spiritual strength. You can be the most talented lash artist. You could be the most talented braider. You could be the best nail tech. You could be the best esthetician. But if your systems are not in place, your mindset is off, your business will feel like a heavy hustle. And we're not hustling here, guys. We're building a solid business. What no one tells you is this: you need a budget because the bills don't stop if the clients cancel. You need to be able to pay those bills for your salon suite and also for your home, especially if you have children to feed. You have to make sure that your budgeting is on par. How are you making sure that you're covering your overhead costs if you're paying for your suite on a weekly basis or a monthly basis? How much does your supplies cost? How much does your social media marketing cost? You have to put those on paper so that you know how much you're spending and you know how much you're making in the long run. You have to know the numbers in your business, especially if you want to grow. You need boundary. Let me tell you how important boundaries are. You need to understand that every client is not your client. Every dollar that you make is not good money. All money is not good money, especially when it's coming from someone that does not align with your moral standpoint. It's okay to say no because guess what? God is always going to provide another customer for you. The door is always going to be open because God is not going to give you the vision if He's not going to give you the right people. So sometimes you may attract other types of people based on the great work that you're doing. The word is going to be spreading. But it's okay to tell someone, listen, you're not my ideal customer. You're not my ideal client, but I can recommend you to someone else because at this point, I'm not able to service you or give you the service that you need because of or how we are not aligned. You know, you can put it in words like that. You need to pray before you start anything. I talked about this in the last episode. If you have not watched the other episodes, please go back and check those out. Because there will be days when you want to quit. There will be days where you don't even want to be in the salon. You just want to take a break. You want to take a breather because it's so much when you're growing a business. You have so much task on the calendar to complete, and then you have customers that you have to take care of. You want to take a break so badly, but you know that you have to put the work in to get the reward. Just pray and ask God to give you the strength to continue on with your daily tasks because it can be overwhelming sometimes. And this is why I created this checklist for you to set up the foundation of your business properly that you don't have to continue to be working so hard in the long run. The checklist has all of the foundational aspects when it comes on to setting up your bank account, to doing the LLCs, to budgeting, all those things are in there. And I want you to be successful. And guess what? The checklist is free. So make sure that you get that checklist and start setting up your business the right way. There's another verse that I wanted to share with you guys. It's from Psalms 127, verse 1. And it says, unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. If you feel like you are building a business and it's heavy on you, that's because you have not put God at the center or as the CEO of your business. If He is not building the house, telling you the steps to take before you take them, then you're working in vain because He has to guide you. Let Him be your guide. He can see what you cannot see. Use Him. He wants you to lay all your burdens on Him because being in business, it's going to be hard. It is not a smooth road. You're going to have obstacles. You're going to have ups and downs. And God is going to take you through those at a lighter pace, in a faster pace. It might not seem as fast as you are trying to go, but everything happens on God's timing. So use God through this time because that's what He's there for. He wants us to come to Him. whenever we need him. And even when we don't need him, he wants us there with him. But in time of trials, he will show out. The other thing is that your faith will be tested. I am a living testimony of how my faith has been tested multiple times in business. And I'm not going to dive deep into that today because I want that to be another episode of the trials that I've gone through and how it's made me stronger. But today I want you to know that if you have the size of a mustard seed in faith in God, that's all that's going to carry you through. Continue to lean on him. Use your faith to build your purpose. Because you are going to be going through things that you did not expect to happen. And you can plan as much as you want, but things happen. But if you have faith that God is going to bring you through it and you're putting in the works, trust me, you will become the victor in this. There'll be seasons when your bank account doesn't match your vision. When your support circle is silent, that's okay. Because that is when the sweetest part of the business is going on. That's the part where you're building something so good, you motivate yourself to go even harder. When your prayers sound like, God, do you see me? Just know that it's always yes. He's always right next to you. He's always there with you. So call on him, lean on him. That's why I say you don't just need a logo, you need grace. Because you cannot do it all on your own. You can make the perfect business plan, but if God is not in it, it's just not going to work. You don't just need clients, you need clarity. You need understanding. When Solomon prayed to God, he didn't ask for riches. He asked for wisdom and understanding. And look at how God answered his prayers. You don't just need hustle, you need the Holy Spirit strategy. You need supernatural power working for you. And the only supernatural that you need is the Holy Spirit. Your beauty business is your ministry. If it's lashes, even if it's brows, if it's pedicure and manicure, God is using you to help women feel seen. God is using you to help women feel beautiful, not just on the outside, but on the inside as well. So if you're in your building season, I've got something for you. Like I said, this checklist is just for you. It is free. It takes nothing from you to sign up for this checklist so that it can drop in your email right away and you can start building your business the right way, the God way. So here's my final encouragement. You're not behind. You might feel like you're behind because of social media and you see what other people are doing and how they're making all this money, how they're growing so super fast. You are building. You're building a solid foundation. You're not building so fast like you're building a skyscraper and it's going to take you a month. No, this is foundational. Take your time and enjoy it. Your story is sacred. It's okay to share some of it. You might not want to share everything. Filter it how you like. But understand that someone else will appreciate your story and can learn from it. Don't be afraid to do that. And also understand, you guys, that your gift is enough. God will breathe on it and bring life to it. Just like he breathed life into Adam. Okay? So take the checklist, apply it with faith, and walk boldly. You are a beauty CEO in the making. You are going to be changing lives, so you have to build a solid foundation now. This is only the beginning. Until next time, stay prayerful, stay profitable, and keep letting your light shine. I'm your host, Fran, and this has been the Cene Effect podcast. Love you, and God bless you.